Yo, what's up, y'all? Nightmare Baller 1. I never talk about TNA or WWE, but last night was a big night, and I figured since everybody else has their thoughts on Raw versus Impact, I figured I'd come on here and at least say something. And I'll say this. I hadn't watched Impact in probably, or an entire episode of Impact on Thursday night in about 4 months, you know what I mean? And y'all hear something television. But haven't watched Impact in like 4 months. Raw has been like 2. And honestly, I have no need or reason to keep watching now. Like, the stuff on Raw, the Bret Hart stuff was very good. Well, the Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart stuff was really good. The Vince McMahon thing was, ain't nothing we ain't seen before. Like, even though I understand, trust me, I understand. I was around for the Montreal screw job, but like, it was like, you know what I mean? It was just like not. I don't know. I just didn't get a special feeling from it at all. And Raw was insanely average. Like, Raw felt like any other Raw. Like, nothing was different. No, no major changes. Everything was just, it just felt like Raw. Like Raw with Bret Hart on it. Honestly, like, Bret Hart coming to Raw is supposed to be like something, truly special. I mean, he was gone for 12 years. He hasn't been on WWE television. Well, not counting the Hall of Fame, but he hasn't been on WWE television since the screw job. And, like, that was just like, like, I could have easily skipped out on that. It was just another stupid Raw, honestly. Like, another uneventful show. Minus the kick to the balls. That's about it. And, like, the squashing Evan Bourne again, that really bothered me. I'm so sick of them just, like, giving up on him, honestly. Like, I don't get what it is. Sheamus' ass, once again, like I said, people don't care about Sheamus at all. It bothered me that Jericho had to take a pin from Triple H. I wonder why. But, him not on Raw, man, just, there's no point in watching the show, like, at all. No point. No point in watching that show. Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton was alright, even though could have been better, but it was alright. It was just average. Like, it wasn't bad, but it was very uneventful. And, no major flaws or anything like that. I'm gonna get the Impact in a second, but it just wasn't. It wasn't nothing that makes me want to tune in next week. I do want to. Alright, I'm not gonna watch the show, but I will read what happened. That's pretty much what I do with Raw and TNA. You know what I mean? Because I can't sit through something where for 2 hours or for an hour and 45 minutes of it, I'm not gonna give a shit what happens. Sorry, I just can't. I can't do it. Cannot do it. Impact was the first hour was garbage, like just god awful. LV brought it up in his video. Like, Jeff Hardy's return was so horribly done. The match was really sloppy, and the ending was so botched. And then when Jeff Hardy came out, it's like Mike Tenay didn't care. Like, well, we told you we had surprises. Really, Mike Tenay? Really? The third biggest draw in pro wrestling right now is in your company, and that's all you got to say? Just saying. Like, I ain't the biggest Jeff Hardy fan, but that was kind of retarded. This will probably be a little bit longer than the Raw segment, because Raw was just another boring, uneventful Raw. I will say Impact was the better show, though. The main event was, a great match. Even though I thought some of the finishes and shit was kind of overkill, but, like, still a great match. What else was I gonna say? The Hogan and Bischoff and Sean Waltman and Kevin Nash and Scott Hall segment, that just felt like Nitro. Like, it felt like I was like in 1996 or some shit, and Sting in the rafters or something. Like, I know Hogan coming to TNA, huge deal. You want to get casuals in that were around during the Attitude Era, but that's overkill. Like, what? Like, I think it would have worked out better if we would have saw Hogan with like some new faces that maybe maybe that people, that just tuned in for Hogan, maybe have never seen before. You know what I mean? Because, and everybody's gonna disagree with me. And, I don't care. But the whole Sean Waltman and Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Eric Bischoff, and Sting all in the same segment. That shit was just way too much. You know what I mean? You go to my Twitter page, follow me. You'll see I put a tweet up there like, was I watching Nitro? Because that's how the shit felt. Like, it felt just like Nitro. My brother was in the other room watching Raw, and I was in one room watching Impact, and we was just kind of going back and forth. You know what I mean? Just seeing what was going on. And, like, honestly, during that moment, I just went in the Raw room. Like, I went back and watched the segment a little later, but, like, it was just too much. That's just me. I can't speak for everyone, but that's just me. Kong and Hamada winning the titles is very cool. Kong and Hamada are two of my favorite women workers right now. Also Mischief, but like them two, I love Kong. Kong is a really cool person too, and I actually met her a couple times. And Hamada is a great worker. That was cool. I'm skipping all over the place. I'm not going in order. What else I want to talk about? That what they did to Daniels. Like, what's the deal? What is the deal with that? Mick Foley, why did he have to interrupt Daniels? Why you couldn't do some shit like that to Rob Terry or somebody that doesn't matter? Why Daniels? Really? But, whatever. And the Nasty Boys and Team 3D, that's what we gonna do? Really? We're gonna take a team that's over the hill? Like, the Nasty Boys have not been good since 1991? You know what I mean? Like, and don't get me wrong. When I was younger, I loved the Nasty Boys, but I'm a little bit older and smarter now, and I can tell you that this will suck. This will suck hard, because Team 3D just doesn't have it anymore at all. Not even a little bit. And the Nasty Boys are like, wow. Just wow, TNA. And Tara loses the belt for what? For what reason? You know what I mean? For just like, bam, like as quick as it happened. Again. But whatever. And don't get this twisted. I actually enjoyed TNA more. I enjoyed a lot of the matches more. You know what I mean? And it just seemed like a more eventful show, honestly. Like, it was just more fun to watch. But Raw was like Raw. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, like, it's just like not a lot I can really nitpick, because didn't shit happen on Raw. Nothing happened on Raw. You know what I mean? Like, really. Like, you would be okay just reading what happened with Bret Hart, because you didn't miss anything else, honestly. Like, that's why I hate Raw. Raw has been like that for months now. Nothing happens. I can't watch it. What else can I say? I think that covers everything. Impact was definitely the better show. The main event on Impact, it's very like a great TV match, honestly. And on the side note, I hear Wrestle Kingdom 4 was amazing. I haven't seen it yet, but definitely when I see it, y'all already know Nightmare Baller 1 will have a review. And I'll holler at y'all later. Take care.